Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
All right, man. So Eddie Hearn says Jaron Boots Ennis' next fight will be either against Stanionis or Barrios. So I don't know what's going on with Pacquiao and Barrios. And Pacquiao just saying, nah, I'm good. But he basically said on Boxing Scene that it's up to what happens with the Conor Ben situation. We know he favored British fighters over his own fighters, and then from his point of view, it might make a lot of sense. It's a lot of boats coming from this way, going the other way. But it may make a lot of sense for him to go out there and do Conor Ben, especially after what you've seen versus Ramos. Conor Ben, he looked trash ever since, head catching. Conor Ben, if he can beat Barrios and then he can do Boots and Conor Ben unification, that might make some sense. He says that, Norman is off the table. He having a warm up. His daddy fight Greg Hackett February 15th or whatever. So it's a lot happening that weekend. I think 14th is Keyshawn Davis, it's Valentine's Day. So most of you niggas ain't clapping no cheeks gonna be watching Keyshawn Davis bum ass fight Baranchnik. I'm going with Baranchnik. Yeah. I'm going with the white man, my Charleston White boys. But yeah, so there's a lot going on that weekend, so I'm gonna have to catch up. Unless I ain't doing shit. I doubt that. Could be a snowstorm. Could be a coochie shortage. But on the serious note, so yeah, so we about to turn around and see or whatever. Moves, and then so Norman, and then Norman's that son is going to train him for the Greg Hackett fight. And I like what he said on one of them interviews. He's been talking running his mouth so much for the last few months. I don't know who it was, Mill City, Coach Malachi, I don't know. But he says that he'd always like to have his son train fighters and stuff of that nature because it kind of give him a better perspective on the fight game or whatever. So I agree. Give a better point of view. Roy said it's going to be a Stanionis. He said Boots will be back in March or April. So yeah, he said that they declined other big fights because, they told Boots they would deliver him the unification. So if you negotiate with Matchroom, then you're trying to get big money. You're trying to get big money. Real talk. You're trying to get big money. Real talk. You're trying to get big money, man. Because you can finesse them. They got to do it. Only person you competing against yourself if you stay honest. Because really, Barrios probably going to pick Stanionis. So, pick Conor Ben. So, in reality, you really competing against yourself. So, I'm leveraging them for as much cash as possible. I don't think Stanionis is a tough fight for Boots. Stanionis is a basic fighter. He like to come forward, don't move his head. He's strong, not the biggest puncher in the world. Like, that's target practice for Boots. You know what I'm saying? 2 email champions. The name of that fight should be Email Unification. AOL should sponsor it. Y'all remember AOL? Is they still around? Remember everybody had an AOL account or a Hotmail account? Thinks I still got an AOL account. Clarence like, I still got an AOL account. Sherman, I still got a Hotmail account. But yeah, man. So it sounds like it's gonna be Stanionis to me. Norman, he had hurt his hand and then the tune-up fight, the TO fight, then it turned into a tune-up fight, then he hurt his hand, and that is what it is for brother Norman. So, but like I said before, kind of thinking about it, I don't think T.O. was going to fight Boots anyway. I think T.O. just cloud chasing, and I think Top Rank ready to wash their hands with that idiot. I think the plan is to feed T.O. and Keyshawn. And I think he wasn't going to fight Boots. He ain't trying to fight Matias. He wasn't trying to fight Ryan. He wasn't trying to fight Devin. He wasn't trying to fight Norman. And, you can't be mad at T.O. T.O. felt like he put the work in and he deserved, more money. But the numbers don't say that. His body of work do. Yeah, his body of work do. But his numbers don't say that. So, like I said, you can be doing historic shit. Yeah, you can be doing this historic shit. Most definitely. You could be doing historic shit, but it don't mean that you're gonna be popular. There's guys that ain't did half of what T.O. did, 25% of T.O. did, ain't doing numbers. You know, and that box has always been that way. It's all been about the draw. You know, some people may feel that Aaron Pryor was a better fighter than Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was a more popular fighter. Popularity always reigns supreme. And a lot of black fighters feel like they gotta wear the black hat, and that's the role that they gotta wear just to get popularity. I mean, naturally, you already hate it. There's only been, I'm saying this nicely, a handful of beloved black fighters in America throughout boxing history. Jack Johnson wasn't really beloved. Muhammad Ali was, you know, he didn't really start getting extremely a lot of love from everybody outside the community until after his career. Mike Tyson was beloved. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard was the first golden boy. You know, but you start talking about, you know, Sonny Liston, Floyd Patterson, Larry Holmes. You know what I'm saying? George Foreman became loved when he came back and started some Lizzie Brennan nigga like what's my man's name? Rest in peace to Paul Mooney. He's a Brennan nigga like Magic Johnson. So it ain't been a bunch of beloved black fighters. So the hate that you say, well, Devin Haney getting, man, Larry Holmes was extremely hated. 30,000 times worse than Devin Haney. You know, and I'm just keeping it funky. So that comes with the territory, man. That comes with the territory. That comes with the motherfucking territory. So, you know, it is what it is. What else we talking about? But yeah, man, you know, stay on this fight. Man, that's target practice for Boots. Boots shouldn't drop around in that fight. Target practice. Barrios, I mean, that'll be good. That'll be entertaining. They both entertaining. Don't get it twisted. That's an easy lick too. You know, and then PBC make those fights and let you know where PBC at. They crumbling. That model they had just wasn't sustainable. You know, it wasn't sustainable. So it was cool, man. You try to do things in business. I mean, a lot of the business guys have failed. You gotta keep trying. You know? But yeah, man, I mean, they both action-packed fights. You know, both easy fights. I mean, that's probably why you want to stay at 47, like from a stylistic standpoint of view. It's an easy unification. Ain't nobody fucking with Boots. I don't think nobody can beat them. They all like champions. Like, I mean, like, come on, Barrios really shouldn't be a champion. In my opinion, Stanionis shouldn't be a champion. You know, Norman, he won his by Bacon, but in my opinion, he the only person that beat somebody for real. You know, that Santiago guy was coming off a fight his hottest fish grease. Alexis Rocha was pushing niggas' muffin cap pack balloons. You know? He was giving niggas the business. He was giving niggas the business. So, you know, Norman the only one that's proven, in my opinion, that he can beat somebody that he wasn't supposed to beat. All these niggas been fighting guys they've been fighting. In my opinion, you know, Barrios, a lot of people say he lost to brother Ramos. Is it Abel? I get them mixed up. The bad one, not the good one, not the one at 54. And then I felt that Stanionis lost to Thomas fucking Delorme, not Prime Delorme. Like Uber driving PBC Delorme. Oh, this easy, you know, the politics just stopping him. If it wasn't for the politics, you know, Boots would be the only person that probably remotely gonna give him a problem is Norman. And I think Norman, he got the ability to, you know, to fight Boots. Either you gonna have to outbox him, we seen versus old buddy Turkichan or Kikichan or Kazakhstan, Karen Turkichan, or we've seen in the past that you will Gary Anton Russell in the amateurs, you gotta pressure him. He don't like pressure. The pressure mounting down on you, mounting down on me. The pressure, you know, you gotta pressure him. One of the two. So, yeah. Yo. So, yeah, man. So, I mean, hopefully get those fights, man. I'm pulling for Brother Lucas. You know, but Norman is probably going to be the fight. And he said this next fight is going to be in Philly, Atlantic City, or Atlanta. Philly, Atlantic City, or Atlanta. So, we'll see. I don't know. Philly taking over Atlanta, man. You know, Greg Hackett. Well, Georgia. Greg Hackett going to Johannesburg to fight, you know, Brian Norman Sr. I've never seen Brian Norman Sr. fight. Greg Hackett, I've seen him do that street fight outside the gym. He put hands, foot, and toes on old buddy. I don't know, you know. But I've never seen Brian Norman Sr. fight. So, we'll see. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, push your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good. They probably description. Don't forget, join the Patreon. Won't be disappointed. Peace.